everybody, this is Erin. So today I kind of wanted to talk to you about my emotional and psychiatric journey. Basically, the reason I want to do this, sorry, I need to readjust here. Alright. So, not sure why I made that different voice, but I did. Basically, the reason I want to make the video is because I know that many people out there, many of them who may be going through the same crap that I did, need someone and need to know that they're not alone in the process. In the process of getting better, in the process of medication. I basically just want to let them know, they can know the good and the bad side of doing this. So basically, here's the story. Sadly, I'd done the video before, and I realized that I looked drugged. I really did. So I was just like, better redo that again. So, the beginning of my psychiatric journey. I'm going to tell you basically the second portion of the beginning, not the first part, because the first part just was kind of a bunch of hooey. Basically, at the end of 2014, I had essentially a mental breakdown. And this was after I'd gotten to spend a month with my aunt, my uncle, and some of my cousins in Idaho. And, for me, I live in California, and people are not nearly as nice in California as they are in Idaho, let me tell you. California's not a very nice place for, people are just not very nice is what I'm trying to get out. California's fine, but, basically, the people in Idaho, it was a breath of fresh air because they didn't sneer at you, they didn't care. They were just very nice people who genuinely wanted to hear what you had to say. Which for me, definitely plus. Anyway, I came back to California and was fine for, it seemed like a month and a half. And, we got through my brother's wedding, which, it's a long story, but, basically, I don't know what caused the breakdown, but, I just was not in my right mind after that. And, it got so bad. I'd been trying to make appointments with my old psychiatrist and just, trying to make it work because literally I was told, I can't get in there for a couple of months. And I'm sitting here going, you don't understand the situation, apparently. This is not good. So, eventually what I had to do is, I had to go to the ER. I was put under what is known as a 5150. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is where you are suicidal. It's the code for security to know that you're suicidal. And I think 5250 is homicidal. I don't remember though. Basically, that's where you were put into a 72-hour hold, basically 3 days, and you do a lot of therapeutic things once you actually get into the hospital you'll be staying in for those 3 days if the staff does not request more. You know, the therapies kind of helped, but not really. The biggest hurdle for me, and probably still is, was, you know, I wasn't on psych meds before I went into the hospital. Literally, they were just throwing pills at me to see what would work. Sorry, let me move this for a second. You know, and it was really difficult because my body was becoming very sensitive to these different medications. And, I mean, eventually they kind of looked at me and said, oh yeah, she can go home. I was there for a total of 5 days. And, you know, I just felt really crappy and just, you know, this is just the physical part. The mental part wasn't great either, but, you know, it was just absolute hell. And basically, I took these medications and I went to see a different psychiatrist than the one that I'd gotten the appointment for, because there wasn't a whole lot of waiting that could happen to get this fixed. So I see the psychiatrist and he looks at the medication list and he changes some of them. And I'm thinking, well, what are you doing that for? And he said, well, there's some of these things you don't need to be on based on what you're describing to me, so I'm going to take you off of them and put you on something else. Long story short, where I am now, going through all those medications and the various changes and this and that, I felt horrible. But when we found the right kind of medication, it was just like the heavens opened up. Like, I was normal again. I was able to handle things. You know, it was during the time where I had not been on the right medication. I was literally hallucinating. I was hallucinating voices. I was hallucinating figures that were not friendly by any means. Very taunting, very homicidal, actually. Sorry, it's hard for me to remember that. You know, and I was tormented by those for months. Months and months and months. And, you know, I was dealing with a lot of other stuff as well as that. And I was just so done with everything. Like, I just wanted to give up, wave the white flag, and see what would happen. But I'm lucky that I had people around me, and still have those people around me, that kind of kept me going in the right direction. Eventually, my doctor diagnosed me as rapid cycling bipolar type 1 disorder. And the reason he picked that one was because I would switch between happy and sad very quickly. And he also said that I had bipolar depression, which I can understand on that one. He basically, that was the reason he diagnosed me bipolar of any sort. And we tried a lot of different medications. We tried the Latuda. We tried, oh goodness, I don't even remember their names. Most of them I couldn't even pronounce. I would slaughter them before I pronounced them correctly. But, basically, the final medication that he tried was called Abilify. I cannot even begin to tell you what a blessing that little pill is. Because I literally came back. The person that had practically died in this mental breakdown came back fierce with a passion. I mean, I am that woman again, and I could not be happier than I am right now. I mean, I feel normal. I feel like things are looking up. I've never been so positive, at least not in the last couple of years, than I am right now. I mean, I'm just so incredibly happy for that. So part of the reason that I'm telling you about my journey with this is so that, you know, maybe it'll make a difference for you. Like, I didn't feel like I had people to talk to for a while, and then I found these groups on Facebook that were just, I mean, they were a godsend for me, because I had people in a group that got what was going on, that understood what I was going through, and were just there for me. You know, it was hard for my family and for some of my friends to kind of accept that I did have an illness. I do have an illness. You know, my family doesn't want to call it bipolar, and that's okay. You know, for me, I'm just kind of like, I have to call it what it is in order to move forward. So, I mean, at this point, I've come to the conclusion that, you know what? What the doctor said I have is what I have. I accept that. I accept that I have to take the medications, which unfortunately made me gain 50 pounds rather quickly. But, you know, if that weight means that I will be happy and healthy, then I'll manage that weight. Like, I will do what I can to get rid of what I can and just love the rest of me. I have a shirt on that says fabulous. I had to wear that just to do this video because I needed a reminder that I am fabulous. I am worth anything. So this video is going to come up on 15 minutes in just a few seconds. So I will talk to you again real quick. Hold on.